good evening and welcome to round 5 of Tier 1 in SLR. And we're looking forward to another fantastic race today. It is me and Kebab and Rosarian once more, 2 days in a row. Gluttons for punishment, some might say, but welcome Rosarian. It's great to have you back. Good to be back for another Dutch Grand Prix.
Well, it's great to be back indeed, because yesterday was exciting and I hope we have the same excitement today on track.
Yeah, I mean yesterday we had it decided with wet weather, changeable weather on the very last lap kind of thing. Samim picked his rival to the finish line by I think it was 800ths of a second. And yeah, if the straight was just another 50 meters long, or the finish line was 50 meters further down, then he would have come second. So it was a very interesting one. But looks cloudy again today for qualifying. But if anybody in chat knows the actual weather, and please let us know, because I'd be interested to know if we're going to have more rainy shenanigans like we did yesterday. But in the meantime, let's have a look at the drivers' standings. So Danico is still leading the championship with 50 points, with Makenda close behind on 48, along with Kiko also on 48, and Justin bringing up the rear with 39. Romain has managed to catch up big time with the win last time out. And Danico has actually missed the last 2 races, but won the first 2, so he's put himself in a great position to make those 2 wins mean a lot for him, and not lose out too much from not being around. But in the constructors, we've got Alpine leading the way at the moment with Kiko and Romain doing well, and McLaren looking to contend with that. We've got no Yari today by the looks of things. Yari has been very rapid in the past. He's won a title a couple of times here in SLR, but has had some major issues with this version of the game in terms of stability and crashes and things like that. So he's had major problems with that. But, yeah, behind that, Red Bull Racing bringing up coming up there, and just to note that we have got Icewind Racing this evening. Has given up his seat at the same time that I gave up my seat in Tier 1. And yeah, we shall quickly move on to qualifying though, and get involved and see what's going on. So it looks like it's going to be an Alpha Tauri of, I think it is Fox, that's going to be the first to set a lap. So we'll follow on board with him. But yeah, we had a fantastic race here yesterday, and I imagine Tier 1 is going to be more of the same. If anybody in chat, please let us know what the weather's going to be like though.
Yeah, honestly, I hope it's the same, but I doubt it, because like qualifying was exciting yesterday. People couldn't complete a lap, and as well as the race, 88,000 to be exact was the difference between the number 1 and 2 at the end of the race. Really, just the dry and wet tires just changing up the crossover point. So that was really exciting. While I see Danico instantly making a mistake at the Tarzan bocht in his first hot lap, so that won't be a good first lap from him, unfortunately.
Decent sector, purple sector from Fox, but obviously he's the first to set that sector. Using the curbs very aggressively on this track here is Fox, attacking them and running them over, and obviously the curbs are a bit dangerous in this game. That one there particularly, out of Bach 10, is very dangerous. If you hit the inside curb there, it's pretty much an auto spin curb, but this one here you've got to demolish on the inside as well. And we'll see what kind of time we're going to be looking at when he crosses the line. He's going to be the first cross the line. It's interesting to note that Tino, our resident esports or ex-esports driver, is out on hards. He's on an outlap on hard tyres, so he's definitely gone for the hardest setup. He's going to have 2 sets of hards, 2 sets of mediums, and it's 11.5 from Fox, and I think we got 10.6 was our pole time yesterday in Tier 2, and I imagine we're probably going to see something in the region of the low 10s. Probably won't see a 9 though. It's highly unlikely.
Yeah, so indeed, Danico cut off his lap, and Love set the first time under the 111 with 110.9. That's a decent banker, I would say.
Yeah, Meepo then puts it 11.7 with the medium tyres as well, so he's obviously got a lot more time there. Crystals gets pole there with a 10.8, and so yeah, I get the feeling that we're going to see obviously the Tier 2 time, pole time beaten from yesterday, but we also saw yesterday as well in the race from Tier 2 that a lot can change within the race. Safety cars are likely here. Had a VSC and a full safety car in yesterday's race. Danico with a 138.6. I imagine he's backed out of that run and will be going on another one if he's got the fuel in the car. He doesn't have the ERS, so I doubt he's going to be doing another one. But just that racer sets an early marker with a 10.480. Very rapid, this guy, so far this season, but he does seem to be lacking that killer pace to challenge the top few, but he's very consistent. He's consistently been getting top 5 finishes, podiums, and the like, and if he carries that on and gets a win or two, if the guys in front make errors, then he can certainly challenge for the championship as well. But interesting to see what kind of time Tino can do on these hards, because it's an interesting time. Maybe he's done no practice. It's a trait of his. He doesn't take this particularly seriously, as you would expect from an ex-esports driver, I suppose. But just comes here to have a bit of fun. Doesn't want to take it too serious and put all the time and effort that he could in. Obviously, if he did that, you would probably absolutely dominate this tier. But he still does pretty well, even with no practice. But on the hards now, let's see what kind of time he does as he comes around the final corner. He's the only guy on track at the moment setting the time, I think. Got Boosted Mess in the Alfa Romeo. Well, it's not an Alpha, that's an Aston Martin. So yeah, Tino with a 12.1 on the hard, so not too far off. 4/10 off Meepo on the mediums. Meepo's time on the mediums seems very competitive, though, you have to say.
Yeah, I thought Meepo did around 10.9 yesterday in the qualifying, so maybe he can step up. He had a unfortunate... Oh no, he did a 10.7 actually, didn't he? I don't know, I think he started third.
10.8.
And he had an unfortunate crash at the start yesterday, so let's see if he can do better today.
Yeah, I mean, I saw the replay of that after the fact, and yeah, you got just tagged a bit there by Matt. So there's probably a couple of penalties coming in to force in the tier 2 results. But nonetheless, we've got Boosted Mess currently set at 13.1. He's gone out for a few laps on these softs, so a trait of his just to get some feel into the car. But he was saying just before the race that he just wants to bottom feed, as always. He got his first points in tier 1 in Monaco last week, and he'll be looking to just try and do the same kind of thing, just try and sneak his way into the points every now and again. And it's obviously basing his success off everybody else's failure, which is no bad thing, really. Is what I did when I did okay in tier 1. I got 4 points throughout a short season in tier 1, and it gives you a good feeling. But yeah, I had to give it up tier 1 this season myself, because I just did not feel competitive. It was not fun to race around on my own all of the time.
Well, at least only the overtakes you had were the only, or the overtakes, I would say, the overtakes on you were the only one that were with blue flags, I would say. Were it? Sorry to mess around with that.
Yep. Sounds about right. But yeah, Nana's tiers here now, and I'll be there on Sunday, I suppose. Looking to take back my championship lead if I can. But yeah, I'm very demotivated for this game at the moment as things stand. But hopefully that will come back. But still very much enjoy doing the commentary.
But I'm not used to.
Cole gets himself up to P3 as well.
And Romain gets it into P4, just his first time, 110.8.
Yeah, certainly does. So we're going to see lots of times flying in, going fast. But back to what I was saying. So yeah, F1 are maybe considering doing active aero to slow down cars instead of just speed them up. So maybe it means that DRS is only available to the leader of the race would have DRS open in the corners to reduce their downforce and cause them to go slower, essentially, or opposite effect kind of thing as well. Like, so I've got arrows that cause more drag on the straights to make the leaders slower.
Ooh, Crystal spins at a first S corner, and Meepo just set a 110.8 good lap from him. But unfortunately for Crystals, he spins on a hot lap here.
Yeah, still looking very rapid still at the moment, though, as he's trying to desperately dodge out the way of the car behind as he tries to get going again. But yeah, Crystal's very, very quick driver, prone to a bit of spinning, though. He has the perfect car for it this season, I suppose, in his Ferrari, his home. He actually supports Ferrari, I'm sure, being an Italian himself. And will be in VC most likely with Loff this evening. But Danico
Kiko as well. Kiko as well just improved his time, 2 tenths up. He's now just 300s behind Rookie. Great time for him. Well, Love improves his time to a 110.6.
Let's have a look at Marcel Zeddy here as well. I think he's currently on a hot lap as well. He's proven to have some very real and competitive pace so far in his Tier 1 showings. And yeah, let's see, he's coming on the final corner now. And we'll be looking to gain a few places. 10.9 on his first run. Let's see what he can do. It is a 10.9 on his second run. He improves by 200ths, but not enough really to jump up higher. To be fair, but still not bad. I mean, he's got time for another run. It's a very short track is Zandvoort, so you can get 3 or maybe 4 runs in if you're very, very quick. Remains to be seen what he can do. We've got Fox making a reserve appearance as well after having fun in 2S yesterday, he says. So he's making up numbers on the grid. And obviously we've got Icewind this evening as well, but 12.2 from Icewind. Kind of showing that he's not got that competitive pace yet. He probably hasn't done a lot of practice. He's also feeling a bit disillusioned with the game. Ace Boy leaves the session as well, which is interesting. It would be nice to see Ace Boy race once more. Haven't seen him behind the wheel of a car for a while.
Yeah, as well, I see a lot of drivers aborting their laps, just not making a small mistake, making a small drift or whatsoever. That's it really easy to make that mistake on this track, and people and drivers are doing it. We saw Crystals doing it just in that racer, just did it on his previous lap. He's trying for another hot lap right now, but like both Crystals and Justin that racer already got a really good banker lap in, so there's nothing to worry about them yet. But I think they want to improve their time. Well, Justin that racer just set up purple sector 1.
Yeah, he's going to be rapid here. We've got Fox crossing the line at the moment. Looks like he's improved by 4 tenths there. But doesn't jump up at all. He doesn't get into the 10s. It seems to be you've got to get into the 10s to be competitive here. As somebody else just jumped up a lot. It was Copy, who's managed to put in a 10.7 and get himself up into P5. So not a bad showing from him. Currently Makenda, the only driver not to set a time at the moment. And he will want to be higher up the grid. It's a very, very difficult track to overtake. And he is in a championship fight with Daniko and Kiko as well. Lots of Ko's knocking around.
Yeah, Copy, that was his first lap, his banker lap. I think he should be able to improve some time. He has time to do another lap, and I think he will. I don't know why he missed out on doing a lap in the first 10 minutes. Well, Tino sets the fastest time, 1:10.403. That's 700 faster than Rookie.
It's his first lap out on the softs as well, I believe. So I got the feeling he's got more time in that. After doing a few laps on the hards, he's come in and decided to put the softs on and go for a real lap in anger. And that is the result. Pole with ease by the looks of things. But big difference between him and the rest of the field as it stands, especially considering that's just his first lap on the soft, just figuring out the grip. But yeah, as Romain sets a 10.401, so 2,000ths quicker. That's not easy to say, like, but yeah, it's got some very competitive drivers here in this tier, I have to say. So top 5 separated by just over a tenth, 1/10 and 3,000ths of a second.
You might want to have a look at Kiko right now. He's on another hot lap and he's improving 500 so far. Maybe he can snap off the time from Romain to get into first position.
Certainly is, yeah. We've got an Alfa Romeo causing the yellow flag coming into the pits, but that shouldn't be cleared, no problem, as Kiko now coming down into Kumho. And now the final corner, turn 14. See what kind of time he can set. It's interesting that a lot of people are letting the car drift out wide at that final corner, and it's a 10.364, so fantastic lap there from Kiko, early marker, and he might still have time to get back around, get back into the pit and back out again, because this track is just so short.
Yeah, and the pit lane is short as well, so there definitely will be time. I don't know if he has the tires to do so, but he should have the time at least to do another lap.
Certainly will, yeah. We'll see. Looks like it's Icewind in the Williams, who's going to be the next to settle up. He's the first out in this last 3 minutes. Looking for the session. We'll follow on board with him and see if we can give you a track tour of Zandvoort. We obviously did one yesterday.
Ooh, sorry, might want to interrupt you. Boosted Matt. Well, Matt was the only one being on a hot lap, but he crashed the car after the Masters corner, and he lost his front wing. That's unfortunate for him. Probably this will be his position P15.
Yeah.
I doubt McKenna will set a lap.
McKenna's still in the pits. I'm not sure what's going on there, whether or not he's got a qualifying ban or something going on. But let's go aboard then with Icewind as he comes down into turn 1. You brake just before or at the 50-metre board, much later than you think, to get a nice tight apex and early on the throttle using all the track. And don't do that. That is not what you want to do at all. Gets a big snap there and abandons the lap. I think he's probably just going to bring it round and redo it. So let's see if we can follow on board with the guy behind, which is Fox, who comes now down into Hugenholtz, this very deep bank corner. Not as banked as it is in real life by the looks of things, but hard to get all the traction out of that corner. Then it's pretty much flat out down to Skylap. I can't say it now, but this fast right-hander, you've got to be a lot more very committed there in 4th gear. That is odd. I'm not sure what he's done. He seems to have abandoned it, or he's on his outlap. That's what's going on. That'll be why. So following the wrong man. Let's follow on with Loff, who's just set a purple sector 1, 700ths up as he gets through Sky Black and down through into Masters. He's got to cut a lot more of the apex there, get onto that curb, and he's got nowhere near that apex either. So might not be the best time in the world. The 50-metre board has gone from turn 10. That is going to cause major problems for a lot of people. It's a very important brake marker. And down now into Haanshurst. And brake later than you think, take all the curb on the inside, none of the curb on this left-hander. It will unsettle the car too much, and you can get on the power earlier than you think, and then brake later than you think for this one, but earlier than you want to. And then the final corner where you just flat out. And yeah, this guy, Loff, is keeping it tight on that final corner to try and shorten the track, but other people are not, and the other people who did not, Loff with a big improvement there, but goes P6 still. He hasn't really improved enough to gain any positions, but that is a lap of Zandvoort as Danny Cole retires down in P12, and that is off track. That is in the pits as well. So Danny Cole and McKenna, I'm not sure what's going on here. Are they trying to just challenge themselves? McKenna retires, wants to start from the back, last the first challenge maybe? I don't know, but it could hand Kiko a big advantage here in the championship.
We'll see. Kiko is on his outlap currently, while Crystal's just set another lap time. He got the good first 2 sectors, but didn't manage to cut the Hans-Ernstbocht too much, and that's why he lost a lot of time in sector 3. Unfortunately, he didn't get any faster than 110.5.
Currently on board with Romain, who's in P2 at the moment on a lap. Kiko is also out there about to start a lap by the looks of things, but I get the feeling that Danny Coe is retired simply because he did not have the time to get out and do another lap. There was only 50 seconds left on the clock, but a purple sector 1 using the grass on the outside there of Skylark, and we've got a Mercedes in front there that's just lost its entire front wing. I'm not sure who that was. I think there's only one Mercedes on the track. That would have been just in that race, so that could be his qualifying session over. But Romain looking rapid at the moment as he gets that corner absolutely spot on. Just kisses that apex there, or that auto spin curve. But Tino does a 10.1. My goodness. Romain is 500ths up, which is going to put him in contention for P2, but nowhere near Tino for P1, who's just put in an absolutely blistering pole lap there. I can't see that being beaten, to be honest. But let's follow on board still as with Romain as he comes around the final corner in his Alpine. Is he going to be able to beat his teammate? He does, and gets a 10th advantage there, but Romain still has Kiko has invalidated his lap, so it's on a rookie who's now coming out in the final corner and see if what he can do. I don't think he's going to be able to challenge. He improves, but not by enough to take any positions, and that is probably going to be our qualifying, as we've got Icewind, the last man on track to set a lap. He's got 2 lap old tyres there, so he's probably not going to improve much, but a 10.9. And he comes into the pits anyway. But a 10.9 shows he is fairly competitive. He'd maybe practiced more this week. I don't know how much practice he has done this week, but he could have maybe been up there in the 10.7s, 10.6s, something like that. Possibly into the 10.5s. But look how tight it was originally. Very tight. But now Tino has blown the competition away and will start on the front row with Romain alongside of him. Start here is absolutely vitally important as well, because getting down into turn 1, you want the inside line. Tino's retired from the session, but that is our qualifying grid. So we've got Tino in P1, Romain to P2, 3 is Kiko, Rookie 4, and Just That Racer rounding out the top 5. Let's get a lovely camera angle there of the Alfa Romeo F1 team.
Yeah, beautiful camera angle, to be honest.
Yeah, beautiful
No,
helmet,
it's
I've got to say.
it's
That is-
unfortunate of the top 5. A lot of drivers didn't manage to get 3 complete laps in. Justin and Kiko failed to get the last lap correct. Justin the race had some front wing damage and Kiko invalidated, so that's unfortunate. They couldn't challenge Tino, but I doubt they would have challenged anyway because Tino really shows a dominant time here with a
Certainly
110.1.
does, yeah,
Would
but
agree on that.
he's got 4 Frenchmen sitting behind him, ready to take that crown off him, though. We've got a French invasion here. 4 out of the top 5 are French, by the looks of these flags here. So, yeah, that's an interesting one. And
But same as yesterday, there's still a Finnish driver in P1, so nothing changes from that.
nothing changes at all. I mean, woefully underrepresented with the British talent. I mean, Danico, I'm not sure what's gone wrong with his qualifying today, but he's starting very far back and will have a lot of work to do. But we're going to be getting underway immediately because there is no formation lap. Still not able to fix the tyre temperature bug. That causes certain drivers to have no tyre temp whatsoever. The current camera angle is absolutely dreadful, but hopefully we can get a better one. I'll try and go on board with P2 so we can get the best angle of the start, because generally it's impossible to get a good camera angle these days in this game for the beginning of the race. In fact, 9 times out of 10 it doesn't even give me majority of the details. It's impossible to get the tyres up beforehand with no formation lap. Real problem this from the spectator's point of view, not having the formation lap. But start now as we're waiting for a player still. I'm not sure who it was, but yeah, let's see. We've got 3 lights, 4 lights, 5. And away we go for the Zandvoort Grand Prix. It's a good start from Tino. He goes alongside to block it off, but Kiko Romain has got alongside and up the inside there of turn 1. It looks like there's a bit of a swapper there from, I think it was a Red Bull behind there, but it looks like Tino has got to turn 1 and turn 2 in the lead, and a yellow flag there at the back. I'm not sure if
that's
anybody's
Meepo
off the
again.
track. It's Meepo again. He's gone all the way down back to first. It's the same place that he got killed yesterday. He is having a nightmare with Gerlach and Hugenholz. So, yeah, clean start for the most part. Everybody has gotten away. Meepo has got past Boosted Mess almost immediately. I imagine Boosted Mess just handed that to him. Doesn't want to cause any ruckus or fights in the early days. But Tino has got away cleanly, and Makenda already passed a few people as well. Danico up to P9. Kiko gets overtaken by Rookie and missed that one. But looks like a fantastic overtake as we've got Romain challenging. Oh, he's pushing Tino around that corner there. There was definite contact between that front wing and the back wheel of Tino. And there goes Romain. He's spun around. He was trying too hard. Looks like he just lost it on traction. And that is not good for him. He has ended up dead last, but is no damage by the looks of things. He's got going again.
Yeah, Danico already getting a lot of positions now, right behind Crystals, getting next to Crystals to overtake him in the Tarzan box. He's trying to. He puts it in the inside and he makes a move. Almost done, but he doesn't manage to get in front yet. Maybe into the Gerlach box as there's a bit of contact, but he managed to get in front here. Almost in the Hugenholz box, I would say, but still, Crystals keeps it alongside.
Yeah, Crystals with an absolute slingshot out of Hugenholz there. And they're going to go side by side all the way up to Skyvlark. And this is some fantastic battle. But it looks like Danico has got it with the inside line there. And yeah, fantastic racing from both of those guys. Danico already up 6 positions into P7. And Makenda up 6 positions into P10 as well. These guys are making short work of the majority of the drivers in front of them.
Well, they're surely showing off that overtaking and racing side to side is possible on this track, but it's not easy. That's definitely one thing to say.
Tenari also with a good start, getting 2 positions. But let's have a look at the tyre situation. Almost everybody has gone for the hard tyre to start with. Only Copy and Rookie have gone for the mediums. And Rookie now, all over the back of Tino, will want to get this move done as early as possible. He's got the better tyre, and he's got a gap behind Kiko now. And Tino might be struggling for pace a little bit. There goes Rookie with the fastest lap. And, yeah, Jenab in the chat. Why aren't you in the race, my man? You have a seat here and you're here talking in chat. What is going on? Unacceptable. You'll be shot at dawn. No excuses.
Well, same situation about the tires as yesterday, as Rookie and Copy both make up position. Copy from P9 to P5 currently, and Rookie managed to get from P4 to P2. So, and Rookie currently chasing Tino very closely. So definitely the medium tires work in some way for having a good start, I would say.
Certainly do, yeah. How did you get to undercut? Oh, big wobble there from Rookie, and he's off the track. He's managed to save that, though, just about, but he loses a lot of positions. And, oh, he's spun again. He's got tyre temps all over the place. And now he gets a very unsafe rejoin, you've got to say. He's going to get reported for that one. He should have waited just a fraction of a second. He's got wing damage anyway, but he's probably going to get a penalty for that rejoin. That is not the way we want to see people rejoin, ghosted or not. You should be rejoining in a safe manner.
Well, that's actually just the first time I curse someone would say.
Yeah, I mean, first, probably not the last, but that is a disaster for Rookie. He was doing very, very well. He's down now 12 positions, so Remain and Rookie, the two R's, things have gone wrong for them in the early stages. As Janab says, that he broke his desk, he tried to fix it and made it worse. That's just story of my life when it comes to fixing things. Try and fix it, make it worse. I once had a car with a very, very minor drippy fuel leak, and it went for its MOT and failed the MOT for it. I tried to fix it, and it became a very much not a drip. It was much more like it was pissing fuel everywhere. But yeah, apologies for the language. But let's go on board with Danico and see what he's doing. He's making a headway very quickly. So is Makenda, who's only got crystals between him and Danico at the moment. These guys fighting hard for positions, I imagine, for the championship as well. But Tino, 1.5 second gap now, taking the lead in dominant fashion.
Well, 2.5 seconds already, it says. Or that's just my screen getting wrong, I think. Honestly, my bad. Yeah, he seems to get away, especially after Rookie, who was his contender to fight for P1 in the early stages of the race. He just spun, unfortunately, and is at the back. So that gave Tino some space to drive his own pace, I would say.
We've currently got a bit of a DRS train happening here at the moment, making it even more difficult for people to overtake. Danico unable to get a move done on Andreas Loff, and Makenda unable to get past Crystals as well. But these guys will be wanting to fight each other really on track, Danico and Makenda. They've currently got a Ferrari in between them and a Ferrari ahead of them as well, but causing problems. But it looks like Danico is going to be the first to get past. He's only 2/10 behind. Just strange things going on with my screen at the moment. I was actually on Danico then, it was showing me Kiko. Strange, I had to switch back to Kiko and back to Danny again to make it show the correct one. But Danico pushing Loff around at the moment, causing him some pressure, bullying him a little bit, and hopefully you need to do something to make the guy in front make a mistake. You need to pressure him, stick a wheel alongside, have a look up the inside, maybe look for the dive, a wee bit of a dive bomb, and see what comes of it. But you need to make the guy create a gap, which Makenda is currently doing to great effect to Crystals. Crystals unable to keep up with the back of that McLaren, but still has DRS for the time being. That is going to disappear shortly, as there is the second gap, and that means Makenda is going to have an easier time of passing Crystals if he can. He's in that Red Bull there, looking very, very close to the back of the Ferrari man. The cars look absolutely fantastic going through Hugenholtz, you have to say. It's a fantastic corner. I wish it was as banked as it is in real life, or at least felt as though it was as banked as it is in real life, because when you look at people on the F1 standing at the top of that, or the bottom of that corner, it is very steep, like a 45-degree angle almost. It's very, very steep.
Well, it just seems that Kiko is managing to keep the gap 1.2 seconds despite his DRS train behind him, but that's due to his ERS using. He's using a lot more ERS than Kopi, Justin and Tino are doing right now. So that could cost him the race in the end. But he's trying to get into the DRS of Tino, it seems.
Yeah, you can recover some ERS quite easily here at Zandvoort, but especially if you've got these DRS trains going on. But yeah, Makenda, I think, unable to get the move done because Crystals managed to stay within the 9/10 that he needed, the 1 second that he needed to get the DRS. So Makenda still unable to get the move done. But Crystals a little bit wide there in Tarzan. Making a mistake like that is going to cause him major problems on the line. He's now 1.2 seconds, so I doubt he's going to be able to create get that 2/10, 3/10 it is now, back before the next start-finish straight. So looks like the next move on track is going to be Makenda. This is the nature of this tier. Guys aren't very evenly matched, so we end up with very tight racing for the most part, and DRS trains coming left, right and centre. But he has managed to drop that gap down a little bit. Rookie is showing he has still got great pace at the back. Romain has already got past Boosted, but Rookie has had to pit. Well, let's see now, is Makenda, how close Makenda can get through turn 10 and into Hans Erst. Looks like Crystal has got away from him there. He must be using a lot of battery to do so, and is desperate to try and get into the DRS of Danico. Danico at the moment just stuck in a DRS train, unable to make the move, but Makenda will be eyeing this one up very closely. But 4/10, I think, is that close enough to make the move down this pit straight without DRS? We'll soon find out, as Makenda is boosting and using all of his battery here, going down. Danny, he defends.
Oh, but Danny is going alongside. Andreas Love in the meanwhile. But Danico doesn't manage to make it next to him yet. Oh, they go together.
There's a bit of pushing along, going along there. He's definitely trying to cause Loft some issues there, is he not? But Makenda did get the move done on Crystals. Crystals defended it admirably, but no joy in the defence. But yeah, Danico maybe putting his nose where it didn't belong there, to be honest. He caused a bit of a problem for Loft there. Loft is probably very unhappy about that in his cockpit at the moment, but that does mean that there's a gap starting to form now between Copy and Loft, and between Copy and Justin as well. So it could be that Danico is going to get these guys. He just needs to be a bit patient, bide his time and wait for the right moment. It's very difficult to overtake here. We just saw that even with a 4/10 gap out at the final corner, Makenda still found it difficult to get Crystals. Crystals did try and defend it though, but Makenda just carried the speed around the outside. But now Makenda closing in on the back of Danico. Danico knows that, and it puts pressure on Danico to get past Loft quicker. But at the moment, they've all got DRS still, and it's as you were.
Yeah, so Kiko currently almost on 10% DRS, and Justin seems to take advantage of that. He's not using too much DRS and getting closer every lap. He's currently only 3/10 behind, and it's only a matter of time before he tries to make the overtake. Kiko really lacking DRS of Tino. That's unfortunate for him because he can't get the pace of Justin just because of the DRS.
Yeah, Justin is sitting on a lot of ERS, like you say, so it's only a matter of time before we see a move here for P2. Justin does not want to be held up too long by Kiko, but at the same time, if he overtakes Kiko too early, then that gives Kiko the opportunity to recharge his battery in Justin's DRS. He seems to have the pace to keep up with these guys, but Tino at the moment running away with this one, not using any ERS at all, and on those hard tyres can go a long stint here. Maybe he wants to use up a bit of his ERS just so he doesn't cap it, to be honest. And if he has to pit at any stage, he may be overdoing it a little bit, kind of thing. So yeah, anything can happen in the race. You want to make that gap as big as possible. Maybe hanging on to his ERS so tightly isn't the right move. But Kiko under threat now. The light is flashing on Kiko's car, so Justin.
Oh, Fox goes round. Fox spun at the Arie Luijendijk bocht. I think he has front wing damage. Not sure about that. But that's loss of positions and loss of a lot of time for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, it is unfortunate. He was doing rather well. He was in P10. Doesn't look like he's got damage. And blocks, yeah, that's a bit of a strange one there. But Boosted is alongside and will look to keep it down the inside. He's going to race each other here. But looks like Fox is going to get the move, keep the position still. Just a bit braver around the outside. I think Boosted really didn't want to be there in that fight. As he was saying before the race, he just doesn't want to get in anybody's way, doesn't want to cause any problems for anybody. He just wants to have a nice chilled race. He's not feeling too well, has had COVID this week. So another position for Tonari, says Jenab in the chat as well. He has gained 3 positions, Makenda 10, and yeah, Tonari doing rather well. Crystal's struggling out there at the moment to keep up with the pace.
Yeah, Tonari just passed Crystal's last lap on the second straight. But it almost seemed like, I didn't catch all of the fight, but it almost seemed like Crystals almost let him pause there, Tonari. But
looks like Justin's going to get the move done now.
Maybe
on
just a
Kiko as well. Sorry to interrupt, but he gets that move done before the braking zone and takes P2 with ease with a purple sector in the 3rd sector there as well. So Justin, that racer, now has a 54% battery to Kiko's 10, but Justin. Depends on how he's going to now use it. He's going to use that battery to try and drop Kiko and catch up to Tino. Tino now with a 1.9 second gap. Has used a bit of that ERS, so he was listening to me. He's now down at 57%, creating that gap, making that gap bigger, just managing this race from the front as it stands at the moment. But yeah, some gaps starting to form. 2 seconds between P1 and P2, another 2 seconds between P7 and P8. 1.5 seconds from Meepo to Crystals as well. Meepo doing better than he did yesterday for sure. He's made it past lap 1, turn through 2, so yeah. He'll be pleased with that so far, and maybe he can still come back into it. But yeah, so far so good for everybody. Very clean race, no major action incidents at the moment. But that can all change. Very susceptible to a safety car is this track, and then if there is a safety car and everybody gets bunched up, safety cars breed safety cars. Tino with a 13.2 flat lap, sorry, not flat. Setting the fastest lap, showing 2.6 seconds now is this gap now, 2.7 reaching 2. That he's got unbelievable pace, and yeah, you get the feeling that this guy could, if he wanted to, put in an hour's practice a week and dominate this tier. The guy is absolutely rapid.
Yeah, but really seems to get away from everyone. But battles behind that are really exciting and really close currently. Kiko, a lap ago, he just it seemed like he just decided, okay, it's now time for Justin to get in front. I have no ERS left. It's time for me to get in the back of him and try to gain some ERS back while he's in the DRS train of Justin. So I hope for him he can stay in the DRS train of Justin, but Justin doesn't seem to use all his ERS to get away from Kiko, because he's gaining some ERS as well now.
Yeah, he's gaining, he's not using his ERS. He doesn't feel as though he can catch Tino, I imagine. Tino is using his ERS, down to 32% now. But let's talk a quick bit about Copy here. He's managed to gain 5 positions in the first 12 laps of this race. And I have to say, his comeback story is one of the best in SLR. This guy was very much struggling in 2021's game for pace or any semblance of consistency as well. And in 2022, so far, he's struggled at the beginning. He was struggling for pace, but his results seem to be coming to him. I don't want to curse the man, but he's currently on the medium tyre as well, by the looks of things. So I wasn't sure.
Yeah, well, Romain just managed to pass Icewind on the straight, now in 11th position, also trying to fight his way back to the top, because he had an unlucky start as well.
Yeah, Icewind showing exactly why he gave his seat up, unfortunately. Struggling for pace here. Not got the time to practice, I imagine. And yeah, he's as demotivated with the game these days as I am. Makenda up 9 positions is the biggest gainer so far. Romain the biggest loser alongside Rookie, who still hasn't managed to get back into this one after his damage and early pit stop. And yeah, I think it's going to be a dry race by the looks of things. It's going to be a dry race for the entirety of this. And Danico is just unable, I have to say, to get past Loff. Loff is doing a fantastic job of defending this on the back of Copy. And yeah, DRS trains here just make it impossible to make the move. You've got to try and force the guy in front to do something different, make him make a mistake. And it looks like Danico is closer than ever, but still unable to get anything done.
Yeah, but the thing is, Love is closer to Copy as well in every lap, so he gets more advantage of the slipstream every lap. So that's also Danico is getting closer, but Love is getting close to Copy as well, which just denies the advantage of Danico getting closer to him, I think.
Yeah. So you wonder how long it's going to be before somebody just says to hell with it and sends it, essentially. It's very difficult to send it here though, but there are a couple of corners that you can't do it on where you can just dive up the inside. These two 9 and 10 corner turns, 9 and 10 are 2 of those as well. You can definitely get alongside if you dive up the inside of turn 10, especially if you set that up from turn 9 by taking a nice tight exit out of turn 9. You can really dive up the inside of turn 10 and cause the guy in front to think twice about his line and what he's going to do, and maybe make force him into a mistake. But it looks like at the moment everybody's happy with the standings as they are, but that will change as time goes on. The medium runners' tyres are going to start falling off now though, and that is why probably Loff and Danico are catching up so much to Copy. Copy unable to keep up with these guys. He's going to have to pit first and go for the hards and lose a fair few positions on that. And it looks like Meepo is losing position now to Romain as well, and it is into Tarzan. Trying to get the switch back is Meepo, but unable to do so. Romain is proving to have some absolutely blistering pace here at Zandvoort, and getting a good showing. He's got a win last time out I believe. I can't remember which track it was. It was Monaco, wasn't it? Yes, it was Monaco. So Rookie then gets a 13.1 with his medium. So he's Rookie. I think,
And he sensed it, Rookie, on boosted mass there in the Tarzan box, and he manages to make his first overtake after his terrible start and pitting, and he's currently in P15. Hopefully he can make up some of his bad start.
Yeah, the thing is though, he's going to have to pit again because he's gone from mediums to mediums, I believe, and will have to change to a different tyre at some stage. I imagine he's probably going to go for the softs once those mediums are dead, because he did get a good 10 laps or so in on the, or 8 laps or so in on the original set of mediums, so he should be able to get these ones to the softs, but softs just not a very good race tyre for the most part around here. Crystal's on the back of Tonari. Is he going to be able to get a move done into Tarzan now with DRS? He hasn't got much ERS to make the move, so maybe he just wants to stay in the slipstream and do a bit of lifting and coasting, try and gain some ERS back before he tries to go for that move. But very close racing between these two. So this is going to be the track battle on track that's most likely to give us some action.
Yeah, so far I'm really surprised. Like the two races we are seeing so far, I'm surprised by the amount of action on this track. Like this is not a track you would say is easy to overtake, but maybe the fact that it's difficult to overtake makes it more fun to watch people try and overtake. Because it is possible, but it's not easy. You have to really fight your way, and it's not 1 second close to 5-10 seconds close to someone and you just pass it on the straight. No, you really have to make it past someone in a corner, and I think that makes the racing more exciting.
Certainly does, yeah. The other side of it as well is that even if you get alongside somebody, it's not the move done. The track is so many left, then right, then left, then right, rather than just right corners that some tracks are. It is very difficult then to get the move.
Well, let's have a look at Danny Coe. He's currently passing Love. He's trying to pass Love. He's on the outside of the Tarzan corner. He's tried to use some ERS. He's losing almost 25% of ERS, but he doesn't manage to get past him yet. Here, currently in the Gerlach bocht, he's having the inside on the Hugenholz bocht, and he should be able to make the move done here.
Yes, he does. Well done, Danny. Fantastic race between them both. Lots of respect shown, lots of space given, and yeah, he gets there in the end. And that's been a while coming. He's had the pace over Lough by the looks of things so far, and yeah, now he's got to hold up McKenda for Danny Coe now. Is Lough wants to keep his position as best he can, and Danny Coe has now that buffer to his closest championship rival, but he's now 1.5 seconds behind his next championship rival in Kiko. And Kiko, again, is going to be very, very difficult to overtake. But we'll see that gap come down steadily, I think. And I think that was a corner cut there from Danny Coe, so that would have been a warning. I want to avoid a penalty here at like the play, because this is not a track that's particularly difficult for track limits. So not many other people are going to get a penalty. So any penalty that you do get will be a big one, a difficult one to go with. But yeah, doesn't look like Lough's going to be able to fight back down into Tarzan on this lap. So Danny Coe definitely has the pace to get away. And but at the moment, bit of a wiggle there from Danny Coe, manages to save it. Tricky.
Crystals manages to pass Tonari as well in the Tarzan bocht. He's currently back in P7, while Tonari passed Crystals like 8 laps ago, I think. He managed to get a position back, while in the meantime Romain managed to get almost onto the back of Tonari, gaining his position and position. He really is proving that he has a lot of pace on this track.
Certainly is, yeah. Certainly is. Marcel Zeddy will be hoping for some errors in front of him as well, because at the moment he's not looking good for points as it stands. He's had some good pace in other tracks, but maybe Zandvoort's not the one for him. But looking at big spin there from Crystals, and it's going to cause Tonari to get a run on him down into Hans Urs, but Tonari just decides against it. I mean, he could have gone for that there very easily. He could have gone for that move, but maybe he doesn't want to. Wants to hold on to ERS and DRS and get it moved on into Tarzan, maybe, I suppose. But I don't think he's going to have the pace to do it. Looks like the Ferrari is getting away.
By the way, did we just miss on the first pit of this pit window, I would say, Kopi from the mediums getting onto the hards? He's currently in P30. I thought we missed it out.
He has stopped. He certainly has stopped. So him and Rookie, the only people who've stopped so far. Both of those guys started on the mediums. Rookie has gone to the mediums, and I imagine We shall check now. Tyres, yeah, Poppy has gone to the hards. So that is interesting because yeah, obviously Poppy is he's got like a bit of clean air at least. The guys in front of him will be pitting in the next 5 or 6 laps or so, and hopefully he can make his way through the traffic without too much problems. And if he does that, he may be able to get an undercut on the guys who started on the hards. But those guys are going to come out on very rapid mediums near the end. But Danico almost within DRS of Kiko, and this is it, the fight for the championship. Kiko, Danico and Makenda all struggling to competing for those very minor differences in points there in the top 5 positions. Makenda unable to get past Loff. Loff will get DRS. He did not get DRS, so Makenda might just go for it now, sending it. Loff's defending the inside into Tarzan, making him go the long way around. Loff not giving this position up easily and keeps his nose just ahead. Oh, Makenda has got a big spot behind. He's spun. He's got onto the curb there, and that is a big problem for Makenda in terms of the championship. That means he loses another couple of positions, and he's got all to do again. There's only 16 laps left of this race, and he will probably have to pit now, go for the early pit stop, get off these hards, and try and go for, like, gain some time with the undercut on the mediums. But that is not what you want to see from Makenda's point of view. His fans will not be pleased.
Yeah, I think he was
jumping with joy at that, probably.
Yeah, but I think Makenda was a bit too ambitious there. There was some good defense from Love. He forced Makenda onto the curbs, but he could also have backed off Makenda there or put it alongside him. But then he was on the curbs and he was a bit too ambitious on the throttle there. He should have maybe just back out and wait for a chance at the next lap, because he was clearly faster.
Yeah, I mean, it would have forced Loff into a defensive manoeuvre. It would have meant that Loff would have lost DRS, and you could have come back at a later date. But because Danico's making these moves, it puts the pressure on Makenda to make the moves as well. But he's now down into P10, and it is damage limitation now for Makenda in terms of the championship.
Well, Tsunari is going to the pit right now. He's the first one going from the hards onto the mediums, I guess.
Yeah. And it'll be interesting to see who blinks first out of Tino and Justin that racer as well. Kiko has managed to regain some ERS, but Danico has even less, down to 11% Danico. And yeah, it looks like Justin that racer has just been saving his this entire time. Maybe he wants to spend a little bit of it now in order to not come out of the pit with 100%. But I'm wondering if Kiko and Tino and Justin that racer, all these guys on the 20-lap old hards are probably waiting now for that safety car, if a safety car ever comes, because that would be perfect for those guys now to pit under a safety car. Tsunari comes out P14, and yeah, not too far. It's only 7 or 8 seconds behind Copy, so I don't think the early pit stop from Copy, the medium hard strategy, is going to work out for Copy. Remains to be seen, but I think at the stands at the moment, he's gone from P4 down to P12, and will lose even more positions with the strategy, I believe.
Well, let's see what he can do. He is on the fastest tire. Yesterday we saw that the medium tire on the stint could make 8 seconds on a medium stint from around 15 laps towards a hard tire on similar pace, would say. So yeah, that's the difference. So he could get in front of Copy, but I doubt Tsunari has really that much more pace than Copy. While Meepo decides to pit for the medium tires as well.
Certainly does, yeah. So this is the time to panic in terms of strategy, and Ferrari are sweating at the moment because they've currently got cars in P5 and P6. I don't want to curse these guys, but yeah, this is just the kind of position that Ferrari mess it all up from, and end up in P9, P10, something like that in real life, that is anyway. But yeah, it's an interesting race so far. That gap is now 5 seconds between Tino and second place. So it looks like Tino's running away with this one. Will not be able to be caught, but depends on what happens. So Tino in the pits now as well. First to blink. Justin's going to do the opposite. He gets a 5-second speeding penalty as well. So that could cause problems. That means he's right in the mix again. And yeah, Justin, Kiko and Danny Loff all decide to stay out. And
yeah, Makenda is passing Marcel right now on the straight, having much more pace, using some of his ERS and DRS and making the pass possible after his incident a few laps ago. He's making up some position again and is on P6 again, although not Virgil.
That penalty for Tino could prove very, very costly as well if there is a safety car later on. But at the moment, it looks as though he's probably got that extra 5 seconds worth of pace now that he's coming out on the mediums to nullify that penalty. But he has got some traffic to get through as it stands, and he's right behind Marcel. So he should make short work of Marcel with his old hards, and then have McKenna to contend with. So he's going to have to get pulled along a bit by McKenna, I imagine. But Tino at the moment, I think, is still the favourite to win this one. Chat, let us know what you guys think. Who's going to win this race, and what is going to be the outcome between these two guys as well. We've got the McLaren of Danico and the Alpine of Kiko. These guys are 2 points apart in the championship, and Danico will want to make sure that he gets those extra 2 points to try and lengthen that gap after missing the last 2 races. And I'm not sure, is that rain I see falling from the sky? It is. There is rain falling from the sky. It is very,
it's
very light.
really it's the same time, same lap as yesterday when the rain was falling down. That's, I think it's unexpected rain if I see what the strategies are, because people are just putting on the medium tire.
Certainly is, yeah, but I think a lot of people watched yesterday's race and saw that, you know, the medium tyre could work very well in the rain unless it gets too heavy. But this rain already looks like it's coming down a fair bit, and it could get heavier. If this ends up in a very wet race, everything could change, and it also means that Tino will have to serve that 5-second penalty in the pit stop as well, because he will have to pit again if it gets wetter. Very, very interesting. This is just spiced this race up something rotten. It is going to become very interesting now, and obviously these guys on the hards, all the guys who stayed out on the hards, now have the advantage. They can go 1 pit stop and go straight onto the intermediates, and I'm wondering if they're going to stay out. Yes, Justin stays out.
Well,
Kiko stays out. Danico pits.
Dano doesn't
Loft
stay
pits
out.
as well. Loft actually
Loft.
nearly hits the back of Danico coming into the pits. These guys are taking that gamble. Are they going for the intermediates? Danico's going for mediums, and Loft goes for intermediates. I think it's a bit too early for the intermediates, but this paid off yesterday for a lot of people. It worked.
Well, Tino manages, sorry to interrupt you, Tino manages to pass McKenna. It seemed like McKenna just let him pass. He knows Tino is faster, definitely on his fresh medium tires. But Tino now in P3.
Yeah, well, it's a big gamble here from Loft. What's going to happen here? He's already losing time hand over fist on Danico. So, already caught up a big chunk of it as well. Did Danico make a mistake? Or those tyres actually working straight away? Or was it Loft who made a mistake coming out? It's 5/10 now, that gap. What's going to happen here? Is this a big, big mistake by Danico going for the medium tyres while the rain is coming down? What is going on? And
yeah,
what's
so
going to happen here?
Interesting to compare it. Maybe Love watched yesterday's race, because interesting to compare it. We were at the crossover point for, I would say, around 10 laps. So if that's the case today, that could make the decision of Love. Oh, maybe I'm a few tenths slower every lap right now, but maybe in the end of the race I can make up several seconds a lap.
Yeah, 10
so
laps
I
left.
think,
and yeah, you would have to lose like half a second a lap on these tyres to make it not worth it. DRS is now disabled, so it looks like Loft could have gambled that at the very perfect time. Danico stays out another lap on the mediums. He looks like he's committed now to these medium tyres. Everybody else is in the pits, apart from Tino, who stays out as well. Lots of people diving in for the intermediates, and I think they are making the right decision. Danico.
Danny. Yeah, he went alongside with Justin, but Justin just gave him a weight up position. But DRS is disabled. Why are people going on to the mediums? That's my question. Or
McKenna's gone for the softs. DRS has been disabled, yes, but it looks like Loft is he's rapid. I mean, he's got a couple of guys in between him and Danico now because of the pit stops. I'm not sure how they managed to squeeze out in between, but 3-second time penalty there for Boosted as he comes into the pits for his intermediates as well. But yeah, I think this is a very interesting situation in terms of strategy. And Loft down the inside now of Kiko in turn 10. And looks like he's going to get that move to stick. But Kiko is going to have the inside line for Hans Erst. But no, can't get alongside, can't stay alongside the intermediates. The intermediates are the faster tyre. Loft might just win this race with the absolute beautiful strategy call there. His crew chief needs a promotion, you have to say. Marcel is the only person, as well as Fox, on the intermediates as well. Everybody else decided to go for the softs or another set of dry tyres. Let's follow on board now with Loff and see this gap.
Yeah, Copy is going for the intermediates definitely. Right now he's pitting on 10 lap. Yeah, he's putting the intermediates on. He's on 10 lap old hard. But he's putting the intermediates on. He sees it coming down as a race at the end. Ooh, Crystal's also trying to make a pit, but he gets a 5-second penalty for speeding. That's unfortunate for him.
Loff at the moment has gained a lot of time on just in that racer. The intermediates are definitely the quicker tyre. It looks as though Danico and others have made a big error here in gambling on the dries and that it would stay dry. The rain is coming down heavier now. The track is definitely getting wetter, and these guys on the dries are starting to struggle. It looks like Loff is in command of this race at the moment. Nobody else is going to be able to challenge him. There's only 7 laps left, 6 laps left. No, 9 laps left.
Well, it's not staying as long at a crossover point as yesterday. That's definitely clear. The track is already getting really wet. And Andreas Love, he really is in a great position. Look, virtually, if this race is coming down to a very rainy race, he's like, how much seconds is he ahead of the number 2 then? Oh, he taps just in there.
I mean, Justin had he had the inside line there. He needed the space, and Justin wasn't prepared to give it to him. Justin, I think, didn't know he was there. He says a bit of a wiggle there to say, "What you doing?" Kiko gets a 5-second time penalty in the pit lane, switching to the intermediates as well. But Loff, we'll see now the gap and how that changes now. Is looks like Loff gave the position back to.
Yeah, I would say Marcel's the virtual number 2 right now on the intermediates.
I'm not sure what happened there. Loft just gave the position back to Justin and then just retook it again. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, maybe he just saw
or something. I'm not sure.
No. But Loft tapped him at the back there in Ari Leyendyk, and maybe he thought, oh, okay, that's my mistake. I should give him back and then try again. So that's just maybe some sportsmanship there. I mean, think that's the case.
A very easy decision to make if you're on the inters and the guy is on medium. I think maybe if it was a different situation, you wouldn't do that if they were on the same tyres or so. But at the moment, Loff already on the back of Danico. These intermediate tyres are so much quicker than the dries at the moment. Danico unable to get any traction down. Loff all over the back of him is going to be able to make the overtake easily before Kumho. And Danico, I don't know why he hasn't pitted yet. He needs to pit. He has to pit. Tino is staying out as well. Tino decides that basically the intermediate's just not for me. Maybe this rain isn't going to last very long is the other question as well. Maybe these guys are trying to just eke out back to the dry settings, but it looks like this track is already wet enough for Inders, and you always want to be on the quickest tyre. Only a safety car will save the dry runners, says Hunt TV, otherwise known as Samim.
Definitely. Look how fast Love is getting towards Tino as well. He's gaining loads of time. It won't even take several laps to pass him, I'm sure.
I mean, he's got a 5-second penalty there as well, does Tino, so that's huge. I mean, Romain now picks up a 5-second penalty, pitting for the intermediates as well. And it looks like Loff, with that early gamble, the first man to gamble, I think it was, for the intermediates, that gamble has paid off big time. And Marcel Zeddy also doing extremely well on with an early pit for the Inters, is now got himself deep into the points, and is looking good. Makenda, not looking so good for him, but the other side of it is Danico. He's racing just in that racer, Makenda and Kiko. And out of those...
Look, there is Love already. Tino is about to get passed there by Love.
So that is kind of giving you the difference between these two tyres at the moment is about 5 seconds a lap. That's how quick the intermediates are in comparison.
At last Huguenot's corner, Love was 7 seconds behind Tino. Tino's deciding to pit. He sees how dramatic it is. There's no other way than pit. But all these people were on 3-2 laps old mediums. Why didn't they pit to the intermediates already? It was DRS disabled was back then already. Why didn't they pit? Ooh, boosted mass spins. Sorry, was looking at him.
Loff was on the intermediates when Danny pit for the mediums as well, and same with Makenda as well. They knew what was going on. Everybody was gambling on the intermediates. We're now seeing everybody pit now for the intermediates, and those who have to pit twice under these conditions have made the error, the big error. And Danico down to P6. Kiko pitting earlier than Danico as well has gained big time, and he's still on for a decent point haul here and could take the lead of the championship as it stands. Makenda down into P13, which shows you how much of a mistake he made going for those softs. Smart for boxing, says Kiko smart for boxing, says Hunty Vale. Just saying that there myself, yeah. So he recognised the danger and thought to himself, no, I just need to be on the intermediates. I just want to be on the tyre that works in these conditions. But at the moment, 16-second gap from Loff to P2. and he has done the absolute genius play with a strategy and could be about to get his very first win, not only in Tier 1 but in SLR, I believe. I don't think he's won in Tier 2. Previously in Tier 2 I think he was very competitive with his pace, but prone to incidents and never got that win. Got a yellow flag there in...
Yeah, that's for Romain. He spun around there at the Masters corner, and he's currently in P15. That's not the race he wants. Struggling a lot today.
Boosted Mess is the only person on dries at the moment. Looks like he's going to struggle till the end of this race. He's not going to be able to get in. He looks like he's going to be lapped as well, given the time that he's off the back of the field, unless he's already been lapped
Yeah,
already.
Danny Coe is passing Rookie right now towards Tarzan box. He's had more pace. He used his ERS. Now he's on the inside. He already passed Rookie there. Simple overtake, but he does it well.
So the biggest question I've got now is, chat, please help me out here. Who is more deserving of this drive of the day? The guy who pitted first, Andreas Loff, and won the race because of his strategy, or Marcel Zeddy, who was absolutely nowhere in this race, 11 P12, P11, P12, something like that, who also did the same thing and is now sitting comfortably in a podium spot as it stands. Copy also having a fantastic race, has managed to pit twice, and after starting on the mediums and ended up on the intermediates now in P4 because he pitted so early on the intermediates as well. Please let us know who you guys think should be driver of the day as we head into the last 5 laps.
Yeah, so Kiko can still lose his podium. He's 5.1 seconds ahead of Copy, but Kiko has 5-second penalties. So he needs to have a faster pace than Copy, and then maybe he can keep his podium position. But that's interesting to keep a look on, because Tino is already close to Copy. He might want to have a snatch at a podium position.
Certainly will, yeah. He wants to get past Copy. He probably will get past Copy. We know this guy's got unbelievable pace. And the other thing is Marcel as well. How much of a fight is he going to put up to Kiko? Kiko will want to get past because he knows he needs to get the guys behind a decent gap to the guys behind. Tino has served his 5-second penalty in the pit lane and is still in P5, just showing exactly how much pace this guy has, even in on dry tyres in wet conditions. He seemed to have some decent pace. Kiko, no ERS to get the move done on Marcel, and but these guys are both French, so maybe I'm wondering whether or not Marcel is just going to give him the position, knowing that he can hang on to the back of him, maybe, and gain from that 5-second penalty. 4 laps remaining. And,
well, Marcel is just using his ERS, so he's not giving up.
Tino and Copy are side by side, and there was contact there through turn 10, and looks like Tino has gotten past with ease down that back straight. And yeah, sorry to interrupt there. That seemed a bit like a bit of excitement there. But Copy, they both lose a bit of time out to Kiko now, but the 6.2 second gap that Tino needs to make up in order to get on the podium. And Kiko might just get held up a fair bit by Marcel. It doesn't look like he's going to move over. Marcel wants this podium. He knows that Tino is knocking around in the background. It could still catch them up. Both responses in chat say Loff should get driver of the day.
Ooh, Justin gets past Fox there. Fox almost breaks earlier. Justin just sends it inside and past him now. Currently in P8. But Fox was one of those drivers as well who decided early on to go onto the intermediate with Marcel and Loff together, but he was all the way at the back, I think. But now he's in P9 in points position. That's I would say that's decent for him.
It's a decent recovery from him, yeah, certainly. I mean, if he can hang on to the points, that is, as well. Boosted Mess just refuses to accept his wet conditions and refuses to pit.
Ooh, Crystals goes round there at the Rob Slotemaker corner. He was already in P12, if I'm correct. Now he's in P13. He will lose to Mipa as well, P14 right now.
Yeah, he's missing a bit of his end plate as well, so that is probably a race done for Crystals. Not a season for him. He hasn't been putting the time of the practice in this game. I think he's spending most of his time on ACC. Can't blame the guy given the state of the game. But yeah, if he wants to be competitive in Tier 1, which he very much could be. I remember seeing him back at the beginning of last season, and he was rapid enough to be in the top 5-6 of this tier, and if he put the time of practice and effort in, he could definitely reach those heights again. But like myself and like Icewind, I think the guy is just not very motivated for this game as it stands. Honestly, the halfway into this this year and this game, I've already decided that it's very unlikely that I'm going to buy the next one.
Oh, that's unfortunate news.
Just tired.
Well,
I mean, I don't want to go down this rabbit hole, but we've obviously got a great race to commentate here. But
yeah, let's just watch this great race.
yeah,
Let's just watch this great race right now. Rookie is chasing down Danny as well right now.
yeah, Rookie has managed.
He's really pushing it there.
Decent recovery from Rookie in the end. After his early spin and crash that caused him major problems. But Danico also hunting down Copy as well. Danico currently just basically wants to not lose too many points. We've got an Alpha. Oh, I think that's Boosted Mess. It is, yes, it's Boosted Mess. Just getting out of everybody's way, making sure he doesn't cause any problems for anybody. He just wants to finish the race.
Well, McKenna as well manages to pass Icewind in turn 9 there.
Missed that one.
I didn't see the move, but he managed to pass Icewind there. Now currently in P11.
It's becoming even more difficult to make the moves now, but you're just relying on people making mistakes rather than you braking later or anything like that. But obviously, unlike Tier 2, there's no line or traction control here, so you've got to adjust your braking points accordingly. And there are those who know how it works in the wet and those who don't. Those who have done some practice. Icewind gets back past Makenda. Makenda is pitting for soft tyres.
Ooh, Kiko goes offside at the Masters corner. That's costing him a lot of time. He was all around the 5 seconds gap with Tino to keep the podium position, but now it's down to 3.5 and a podium position for Kiko seems very unlikely. That's unfortunate. He went off in the grass, didn't lose too much time, keeps it on track, but he lost enough time to probably lose his podium position there.
That is very unfortunate, but he's going to find a struggle to get past Marcel Zeddy as well. Marcel, I have to say, like, he's gone from P11, P12 to P2 with his strategy call as Kiko is trying to lap Crystals, who had to pit after that damage after his spin in the Slaughtermacher, and is pitting again. I guess the feeling he's probably just going to maybe go for soft. Is it drying out now? Is it, I mean, the rain...
Well, it's not raining anymore.
It's not raining, yeah. I don't know if I can say it or not.
But it's wet.
Yeah, but it is still wet. I think the final lap of the race, Andreas Loff coming up now to Masters, and yeah, 17-second gap. It's his to lose. He can't spin.
Oh, rookie fuel, I think. I think Rookie has no fuel left.
Ah, yes, his light is flashing, and that could be a big problem for him because Justin already there behind him ran out of fuel. Tanari's going to probably get him as well, but Loff, what a race from him! Absolutely fantastic strategy call from him. Took the gamble very early.
Well, have a look at Danny Coe. He's making the pass here in turn 9 on Copy, side to side there, keeping it side to side. Can I make it side to side in turn 10 as well? Great racing here. The great racing is possible at this turn 9 and 10. Well, Danny goes around the outside, uses his last bit of ERS. He's on the inside, doesn't manage to pass him yet. Can he keep it here?
Oh, Copy with an absolute fantastic move around the outside. Just carried the speed. Danico, he's not taking that line down, he says. He's trying to get along around the outside, around Kumo. And, oh, there's a bit of contact there. And, oh, that was very nasty, that for Danico. Almost killed him. But Andreas Loff does win the Zandvoort Grand Prix with an absolutely fantastic strategy call. The very first man to go on to the intermediates wins the race because of it. Marcel Zeddy with a brilliant P2. Tino manages to get P3 off Kiko because of the 5-second penalty in Kiko. And Danico, damage limitation for him, gets P5 and only loses out to a couple of points.
Yeah, Fox loses his fuel at the end of the race as well. Loses some positions there. He was in P8. He loses the position to Tanari and Icewind at the end there because of fuel issue. It's the same for Rookie. These are just not the ends of the race they want. Still managing to get 1 point, Fox.
Honourable mention there for Icewind then, who managed to get into the points. Again, early pit stop for the intermediates, but what an entertaining race. There was a bit of a mix-up there, and we have a new winner in Tier 1. Absolutely fantastic stuff, so absolutely amazing. The chat have said that Loft deserves driver of the day for making that win work. And I'm tempted to agree with them. We don't normally go with the winner of the race. Marcel Zeddy's there as well, who also got the same thing. But it's just an honourable mention for him because Loff, absolutely fantastic strategy call there. He pitted before DRS was disabled. He just saw rain and said, right, I'm gambling and I'm going for the wet tyres now. And it paid off big time. Big time.
Well, he definitely made a strategy call. It's his first win, so I think we should give the driver of the day to Loff. It's just, well, honorable mention to Mars as well. As if we could give 2 driver of the days, it certainly both of them would have got it, because they both drove a perfect. I wouldn't say a perfect race, but they managed to just take the great strategy, keep it consistent, and get the good position at the end, P1 and P2. So congrats to them both. They are the winners of today, certainly.
Certainly is as well. I want to mention Danico, who started P13, managed to get P5, but we expect him to be up there. But McKenna, we also expect to be up there, didn't even finish in the points, so that's a big hit to his championship chances for McKenna. Kiko jumps into joint first place, I believe, on points in the championship with Danico, as there are 2 points difference between P4 and P5, I believe. So, yeah, he'll gain that 2 points on Danico. Danico will be slightly disappointed that he made that error with the strategy, because if he pitted for those intermediates when he went for the mediums, he would have won this race and taken a commanding lead in the championship. So bad strategy calls for several means a good strategy call for Loff and his first win. But yeah, we shall move on now swiftly to the interviews and see what is going on. We've got Meepo and Tunari sitting in the interview channel, so we'll bring there's Loff just popped in there, so we'll bring Loff in. Loff, absolutely fantastic news for you there. Your first win in Tier 1, I believe. I think it's your first win in SLR full stop, if I'm mistaken.
Yeah. Bro, I have no voice though, because I've been sick for a week, and then like for a whole week I haven't been talking that much, but like I'm so happy now, so I have no voice. But yeah, as you said, this is my first win in Tier 1, but I have won in Tier 2, but that was 1 year ago in January. So this is my yeah, winning over a year.
Given the tightness of the field and the guys that you're racing against in Tier 1, it may well be another year before another race win, but hopefully not. But you got the strategy spot on today. You really took a big gamble there going for the intermediates. Talk us through your thinking.
Yeah, I don't know what to say, but I just wanna like give credit to Danny, because he's such a good driver. So I thought, I'll just stick with him. And when he pits for like new tires, like wet tires or slicks, I'll just do the same as him. But when I pitted, I remember that I have set it to intermediates instead of slicks, and I saw that everybody else went out on slicks. So I thought, oh no, I fucked this up. But as I came out of the pits, I could just feel the grip. So when I came out on track and saw that I gained, I felt like such a rush of adrenaline. Like, now I can finally win a race again.
And I imagine when you saw that 17-second gap behind once everybody else had pitted, that you were just in cruise mode at that stage and just wanted to make sure that he got it home, yeah?
Yeah.
I have to say, congratulations. It's no easy feat winning a race in Tier 1. I've tried it several times and never got anywhere near, even with strange strategies and things like that. So I have to give you a big congratulations. Any questions from your side, Rosarian?
No, I just want to congratulate you on your first win in Tier 1. It's really just a strategy made it work, and I would say you had a perfect timing on the pit stop with the intermediates. Some people missed out on that. The DRS was disabled and people decided to get on the medium tires, so I don't know why.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Just to make your job slightly easier as well, driver of the day today was you. So you can fill in your driver of the day after your celebrations have finished. But,
let's go.
Yeah, we shall move on and go for another interview. But thank you very much for your time and congratulations on your first Tier 1 win, man. It's very proud of you. Great stuff.
Yeah, thank you so much, man.
Let's move on to the next interview then. Who do we fancy doing next? We've got Icewind, Fedivara, Meepo and Tunari in there. I think Icewind might be the man to take. So Icewind, giving up your seat in Tier 1, full-time seat anyway, but you've come to race today. And you did manage to get points in the end here. I mean, it took a bit of luck and strategy calls and things like that kind of thing. I'm interested to know how much practice you've done this week and whether or not you were only racing just to make up the numbers or whether you're thinking about making a comeback.
My practice was literally qualifying. I have COVID as well, so it's not like the best of conditions to race. But yeah, I spun I think twice in the race, and then I also made that blunder with the, but I think everybody else almost made except Lof with the call to the inters, or rather I pitted for mediums, and then 2 laps later I had to go for the inters again, which kind of cost me too much, but yeah, 2 guys I think ran out of fuel at the end, and I managed to snatch P9. I kind of felt bad about that actually, because I didn't really drive very well, but yeah, it's
They should have
sort of
managed their
just
fuel better, I guess.
yeah, I just joined to fill up the grid and asked Danny, like, just when the race was about to start, if I can race as well. Just took it easy on the first lap, sort of got out of everybody's way, and yes, sort of fun to do some laps, I guess.
Yeah, it was great to see you back on track. I mean, we will see you again before the season's out, I imagine.
Yeah,
So. Is it reserved, maybe?
Yeah, I'm supposed to be next week. I'm supposed to be in London if COVID permits, let's say. But we'll see how that goes, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe for the later races, something like Suzuka, I would definitely like to drive if timing permits. But yeah, we'll see, I guess.
Well, if you are recovered from COVID and you're anywhere near Newcastle when you're in England, please give me a shout and maybe meet up for a coffee or something. But thank you for your time, and yeah, we'll look into get the next interview on the go. So I think we'll get to Nari in next. But thank you for your time, Icewind. We just had a nice brief.
Thanks, guys. Yep.
So yeah, let's moving swiftly on. Let's get to Nari and talk about his race. It's Nari. Fantastic race from you today. You did end up in the points in the end, and you did decently today. Like, you had some decent race pace, and it seems to be a track that suits you a bit. You beat your teammate in Meatball yesterday in qualifying. You've got points here today where he hasn't. Anything you want to say to Meatball? Maybe rub it in his face a little bit, something like that. I don't know.
Good. I mean, he got taken out, so it's kind of tough to say if he would have been ahead. But yeah, this is like, I'm probably the only person in this Discord who enjoys this track, so that's an advantage probably. And yeah, the pace was actually better than I thought it would be, and yeah, it was decent. I kinda messed up with changing to inters. I did it a bit too late, but I think I would have not gained anyway if I pitted like a lap or 2 earlier.
Well, I think you would have gained some position, but the thing is, like, apart from around 3 people, almost everyone pitted too late for the inters. So
yeah,
it was a common issue seen today.
Yeah, everybody was thinking, I think Danny Coe saying in the general chat as well, that he thought that it was just going to dry up with basically very little to no rain. So Jeff or Mark, or whoever he's called nowadays, is maybe filling people for the porkies. What was he telling you during the race?
Yeah, me and Tino, we were thinking like after being the mediums that hopefully it doesn't rain as much and then it dries, so we don't need to pit. But yeah, then we realized that it got quite bad, and the fucking engineer said that 10 more minutes, and yeah, that can be who knows how long. So yeah, it was at that point we just knew that mediums wouldn't take it to the end, or like fastly, you know.
Obviously, Tino was in charge of this race from start till the rain came, really, and then things went sour for him. This guy has unbelievable pace, though. Does he practice? I don't believe he does he? Like, he doesn't practice.
He said he doesn't practice for this league, but yeah, he doesn't need to. He's really fast, as we know.
Certainly is, yeah. I mean, it's amazing that he can do this with his eyes shut, basically. I mean, he's handicapping himself, and he's still able to, if he wanted to, win these races with ease. If he gets the strategy right today, he would have won that one with ease, for sure. But strategy was very difficult today, and what was it that prompted you? What was the exact moment that prompted you to say, like, right, we need the intermediates now? Because did you do the extra pit stop like everybody else? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at how much I was losing, and I was doing 120s at some point, and yeah, at that point it got to like, it was too risky to stay out on the mediums, and like, yeah, like there was no point anymore at that point to stay on the mediums, because either I like lose 5 seconds or something like that a lap for like 5 minutes, and I'm like P15, or then I take the inters and maybe gain a bit. So it was kind of like I was gonna lose out either way.
Yeah, it certainly is. I mean, it's a tricky one, this, when the weather is being so unpredictable. But yeah, I mean, this is the opportunity sometimes for big changes and things. I mean, I did the same thing. We did the same thing in Ferrari for in Spa, as somebody was pointing out in the general chat as well. But it can make things interesting, and that is your first points of the season, I believe.
No, I got 6 in Monaco.
Oh, you got 6 in Monaco. Oh, well, that's my bad, because I wasn't really paying much attention.
Well,
to
you got
Monaco.
5 now, as well
Yeah.
as the fastest lap. So congrats on that.
Yeah,
as well.
fast lap was good. Good luck with that, because yeah, I used quite a lot of battery, and like 2 laps after it started raining. So that was quite good.
Yeah, it's always an extra point, is always not to be sniffed at. So, but yeah, thank you very much for your time, though, Tonori. We'll move on, and that'll probably be our last interview for this evening. But thank you very much for your time. Best of luck in the next track, which I believe is Hungary.
Yeah, it's decent.
Yeah, I quite like Hungary. It's a very technical track, lots of fun to drive. Looking forward to that one.
Yep. Well, I mean, I haven't driven it too much, but I guess it's a decent track, yeah.
Just don't do a Bottas into turn 1. It'll be fine.
I will. If it rains, I will.
Right in the back of Danny Cole. Just
Yeah.
no worries, but you enjoy the rest of the evening. Have a good day.
Yep. Have a good day.
So that seems to be it for this evening. I just wanted to kind of get the interviews out of the way quickly, so apologise for kind of dominating them a bit there. We'll get you involved in the next ones. Next one time I'll just go off to the toilet and let you do it all.
No problem at all.
Yeah, fantastic commentating with you once again. Thank you very much for turning up, because nobody else seems to want to. And yeah, it's tricky to get reliable commentators these days, but hopefully we are back next Sunday for SLR Tier. Hopefully we've got enough drivers this week to stream it, and Eversnacks will be streaming and commentating that one. We need somebody to commentate that with him. But everybody who's watching, thank you for doing so. Loff is a real lying, says Pingving in 199 in the chat. Might as well give that a shout out there for Loff, who is our new Tier 1 winner. Absolutely fantastic stuff. You always love to see new people on the top spot. It's absolutely fantastic race in the end, wasn't it? So.
Yeah, of course, when you win a Tier 1 race for the first time, I don't think I will ever achieve that, but that's something you should be proud of. The pace level in this league is really high, so you should be proud of that. He's done a great job, just showing a lot of confidence and just doing the different thing than everyone else, and it seemed to work out. Although he said it was a bit of luck, you know, you have to dare to try different things, and he did it, and it worked out for him. So. Really great race from him today, but as well from Marcel, wanted to say.
Yeah, Marcel was absolutely fantastic also, but yeah, great race once more. Hungary next week is going to be even more fun. I believe Hungary is a little easier. It's kind of similar track in terms of difficult to overtake, but easier than Zandvoort to overtake, and we saw a lot of overtakes in action today, so Hungary I'm very much looking forward to. Speaking of Hungary, I am hungry, so let's get going. Thank you very much for your time, and yeah, we'll see you next week. I'll see you on track on Sunday, I suppose.
Well, I will only see your backlights probably, but we'll see you out on that.
I haven't done much practice, so we'll remains to be seen. I'm not going to do any more practice tonight either, because I've got other things planned. But yeah, thank you very much for commentating once more. It's always a pleasure, always a pleasure. So yeah, we'll get there. Take care, everybody. Bye bye.